once again, you are up front with Frank Rothstein on Sky's Crescent Radio. That's SKYES, crescentradio.com. And look at us go. We have a whole new thing going on tomorrow. That's it. We have a whole new incoming president, an outgoing president. We have a lot going on. But before we talk about anything, we're going to talk about, well, we're going to talk about Jade Zabrick because she's sitting there in front of me on a Zoom channel. And I'm using my video hole to keep her from going up and down and fuzzing out and all that stuff. But we're fine tuning her as we speak, and everything is going okay. You can reach Jade. You could reach the station at Skies Crescent Radio at gmail.com if you'd like to try any of this yourself. But listen to me first. Well, you may not, but give it a shot anyway. Be bold. Risk your deodorant. Get out there. Make a show for yourself. You'll be fine. We will be talking today. Well, unfortunately, I do have to talk about the headline news. You know how much I really dislike that. I like all the interesting stuff that people don't hear about, which we have some, but we'll try to put the proper view on things on the handful of stories I've pulled up, only because I don't have enough time to cover everybody and everything. I would really need to do like 6 shows a week to cover all this crap. Well, let's go with the obvious, right? We know tomorrow there's a new incoming president. Joe Biden has arrived in Maryland with his jet, his private jet. That'll be the last time he could fly coach if he wants. He's now going to have Air Force One, though, as of late in the afternoon tomorrow, because our outgoing president, President Donald Trump, is leaving early. He's not attending the inauguration, but he does want to take Air Force One on a joyride before he leaves office. So he's leaving early to fly Air Force One down to Florida. Let's put another couple of million on the U.S. tab, and he's going to go and do all that. Take the football, the doctor, everything with him just for a quick ride, another couple of spins around the clouds. And then Air Force One comes back and it belongs to the new president as of 12:01 tomorrow afternoon, Joseph Biden. I said that well as I drink coffee. Hoping everybody had a good week. Hope you're not all that stressed out. Well, I've been following all the aftermath. That's such a news word. I've been following, what's a good word for that, Jay? I've been following all the goings on, all the other stories that have come out since they stormed the castle over at the Capitol building. And while I'm as serious as I know it is serious. I mean, it could have been far worse. I mean, I assure you, in a lot of other countries, the problem at hand would have been handled in an hour. They would have just opened fire on a lot of people, and throughout history that would have been the case. But we're in America, and we go a little bit easier here. Unfortunately, 5 people died. Unfortunately, every senator had their lives threatened. Our Vice President, Mike Pence, will be attending the inauguration tomorrow, and he's not going with Donald Trump to Marine One. I don't think they're talking too much. I mean, but then again, I was looking at the numbers. I just had to Google this. Where'd I go? Wikipedia. Not only has Donald Trump, of course, he turned on Mike Pence, as it was happening. Donald Trump has fired 366 people from his administration since the second he took office. This is fired through termination, firing, or offices, or he closed down, divisions he closed down, and they were just out of work. But one way or another, 366 people have come and gone. Now, we don't count the president or the vice president tomorrow. That's just the natural course of business. But everybody else, fired. Let them sign up for unemployment. Dr. Ben Carson, the brilliant brain surgeon who took over HUD, the Housing and Urban Development Division. I still never understood that, but okay. He's still there. He's hanging till the end. But yeah, this is what's happened. That's a good number to play. 366. I may stop playing it. Make some money off of Donald Trump's imagination. Um, yeah, it's that is what has happened. No one has lasted. Oh, by the way, for those of you who think that Giuliani will be able to represent the president at the Senate hearing, his trial in the Senate, because he was impeached, he is not allowed to do that because he was standing on the same podium as Donald Trump, calling for trial by what was the word he used? I'm sorry, I'm blanking on it. But he wants a trial by combat. That's what he called for. If we win, we'll be right. If we lose, we'll be made fool of. Let's have trial by combat. Well, Rudy cannot be an attorney. He will, however, be a witness. Hopefully, at least for his sake, he won't be a defendant. But you never know, because look what the hell happened. So let's see if the people of America, Jade, I'm watching Jade hop around in her seat. She's hopping. She's the spring in the chair. She's doing a dance. I'm looking at this thing. She's hopping. It's like there's a thing. Anyway, so now she's blushing because I have her laughing because she doesn't like to talk in my show. She talks in other shows, but not in my show. So I get her. The world is my prop, people, and Jade is one of them. She's my prop. So anyway, all the people who are storming the Capitol building, we're breaking the windows, we're this, we're that, the guy with the horns on his head, the other guy with some more fur on his head, the people planning and trying to pray inside of the Capitol Hall, and all of them wanting to, America's taken back. It's kind of, okay, let's see. Who should have run America? Because listen, well, Donald Trump was out, but the people had taken over. You know how I feel about leaving things to the people. Let's see, who do we have here that could have taken over? Well, there's the guy who was wearing the Camp Auschwitz shirt. You know what Auschwitz is? That's the concentration camp from World War II. He was wearing the Camp Auschwitz sweatshirt, which had the word Steph on the back. We can always get this guy. We have Cowboys for Trump founder arrested in D.C. after vowing to bring guns to the inauguration. Nothing retains the element of surprise like telling everybody just what the hell you're doing. Who else we got here? We can get, oh, here's another. This guy's a genius. A rioter from the Capitol threatened to shoot his kids if they told the FBI about his D.C. trip. The kids were concerned, so he told them, you'd be a traitor if you told them. You know what happens to traitors? They get shot. There's one. What else do we have here? I'm banging out a lot of stories at short notice. Who's this guy? Here, this is one of my favorites. Here's a good one. What's his name? What is this guy's name here? Where is he? Where is this guy? Headline is a man arrested after GPS ankle monitor places him at the Capitol riot. Here you go, Brian Bentinker. He was tracked because he didn't think to try to get off the ankle monitor from whatever case he had. I don't know why he had it on, but he didn't. He took it with him on the road, and they found him at the Capitol riot. Okay, let this guy take charge. So pretty much what's going on, we have a lot of people out there who are dumb as shit. They're just dumb. Well, we want somebody from the world of business. Let's get hold of Mike Lindell, the guy who owns MyPillow. Except he's in trouble also. Why? Well, because he was so busy supporting Donald Trump and giving out bad information from some would-be company who had a would-be treatment, that now that he had to go to the White House the other day, still supporting President Trump, and he was apologizing for the things that he did, that a lot of big chains, including Bed Bath & Beyond and Kohl's, have discontinued carrying his product. Well, they wouldn't use his political beliefs. They used the excuse of sales, but Mike Lindell has a problem. Let's get this guy to run the country. So pretty much, we got a lot of people in America that I wouldn't trust to tie my shoelaces. They're just too stupid. And I say it all the time, people are stupid. And I guess when I say that, individually, people, get defensive. Oh, well, why do you say that? I don't know. Well, look what the things I'm reading every week. Look at what I'm reading. Look what I'm telling you. I am not creating this. There's a guy at a riot standing out in a black sweatshirt with white writing saying Camp Auschwitz, and in the back it says staff. This is what he's proud of, what he stands for. There you go. I like the guy with the ankle monitor on his eye. He's a real genius. This is the guy who probably also has a cell phone with every other woman's picture in it besides his girlfriend. So yeah, you're going to get busted. So, and that's what he did the other day. He got busted. I get a laugh out of these people. They're funny. The stories are tragic. They really are. It's not that I'm making light of what they're doing. It's that they're so dumb about how they go about it. They really are. They're as dumb gets. I mean, you might as well commit murder standing under a streetlight. I mean, this is just that dumb. Don't forget to commit arson after pouring gasoline on yourself. It's just dumb. It's just people, I don't know what they think. They're not planning themselves well. Here, the guy who sat behind Nancy Pelosi's desk, they already arrested him. This guy here is saying, I'm just here. They forced me into her office. Of course, they forced him to put his feet up on her desk and take some stuff out. Had Molotov cocktails in his truck, 11 or 12 of them. What was he planning on doing? I mean, just taking them on a road trip because he didn't have a gas canister for his truck. So they got this guy. The girl yesterday in the news, who everyone was talking about, that she stole, what was it, Nancy Pelosi's laptop, looking to sell it to Russia in the end game, selling it to one person who knew someone in Russia who would buy it. This is helping America. And these are the people that showed up at the riot at Washington, D.C., storming, raiding, breaking into the Capitol building, threatening everyone's life. There's a motorcycle. But these are the people who are going to do the right thing by America. I would love to know what they do in their real lives. Their work habits, their home habits, how they interact with people. Because like every other mass murderer you've ever read about, every other psycho case that's been caught, there's always some news clip where someone talks to the neighbors. You've heard them talk to the neighbors before. It's always a clip saying, they were real nice. They were always quiet. They were just the gentlest people. They loved dogs and cats. I thought they were fine. And then the next day they shot up a school or did something, whatever. So, this is what you got. I want to know what these people are like. Yeah, broke in, stole. Well, doesn't that constitute espionage? You're stealing the laptop from the Speaker of the House, third in line for the presidency in case of catastrophe. And someone is stealing her. I don't know what's on it, but broke into a federal building and did this, looking to sell it to another country. That is treason or espionage, at least in my opinion. They'll give her some whatever charge and probably do away with it, but at least that's how I see it. Anyway, that's the opening segment of this show. It is a pretty picture. I told you 4 years ago I should have run for office. I had it. I had it right. What's this? I'm getting a message on my Facebook. I really don't care about it. I told everyone I should have run it. I should have run for office. My platform of pastrami in every pot, everybody is eating. My healthcare plan, which will put you way ahead of what they're giving you now, is I would have had a great first aid kit in every home, which is more health coverage than they want to give you now. Did you know that even under Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, which I was not, just because you like President Obama doesn't mean you have to like everything about him. I didn't like the Affordable Care Act. As I kept looking for the numbers, and every time I looked for health coverage, I realized I had to spend roughly $10,000, up to like close to it, in order to see one dime of coverage. One dime. And then all the companies want to reject every pharmaceutical, or almost every pharmaceutical request that you get. You've given us a prescription. Now, get a pre-authorization. Well, isn't the prescription an authorization from your doctor who signed it? Do you have to call him and ask him to say what he already said? But yeah, anyway, that's what's going on. So anyway, now that we're discussing our problems, let's play a song about this. I was just telling Jade which song I wanted to play by giving her a hand signal, because you really want to hear what I have to say about prep work. I'm going to a 1973 song from this album, Sweet Revenge. This is John Prine and Dear Abby.
Dear Abby, my feet are too long. My hair's falling out, my rights are all wrong. My friends, they all tell me that I'm no friends at all. Won't you write me a letter? Won't you give me a call? Signed, Bewildered. Bewildered, bewildered, you have no complaint. You are what you are, and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Dear Abby, my fountain pen leaks. My wife hollers at me, and my kids are all freaks. Every side I get up on is the wrong side of bed. If it weren't so expensive, I'd wish I were dead. Signed, Unhappy. Unhappy, unhappy, you have no complaint. You are what you are, and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, kiddo, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck, knocking on wood. Dear Abby, you won't believe this, but my stomach makes noises whenever I kiss. My girlfriend tells me it's all in my head, but my stomach tells me to write you instead. Signed, Noisemaker. Noisemaker, noisemaker, you have no complaint. You are what you are, and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Dear Abby, well, I never thought that me and my girlfriend would ever get caught. We were sitting in the backseat just shooting the breeze, with her hair up in curlers and her pants to her knees. Fine, just married. Just married, just married. You have no complaint. You are what you are, and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck, knocking on wood. Signed, Dear Abby.
That was John Prine. Yeah, everyone wrote to Dear Abby. Do you remember who Dear Abby was? Abigail Van Buren was her press name, and she had a syndicated column for advice. So you wrote in and always said, "Dear Abby," whether it was work, family. So I said, I just typed into somebody, I'm doing my show as I speak. So she typed back in that response. All righty then. Where was I? Yeah. So if you wrote into Dear Abby, you were telling her some sort of a problem and she give you some sort of advice. Oh, by the way, we're having a tech enhancement as I speak. Jade is no longer broadcasting or working the show from her chair. She's sitting on an exercise ball, and so if there's anything wrong because she's bouncing when she forgets, if somehow we get disconnected and the show goes off the air, it's because she misbounced, fell backwards, her feet went up, and the table with the computer on it went over. So you'll know what if we it's like sudden, zzz, you know what happened. Didn't think I'd tell anybody, did you? Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. Who else may run the country? This guy may run the country because at least this one got away with it. It says from KTLA 5, the FBI is seeking the public's help finding military Humvees stolen from the National Guard facility in Bell. Can you believe that? Authorities are asking for help. $120,000 militarized high mobility multi-purpose wheeled vehicle. That sounds complicated. Commonly known as a Humvee, was stolen at approximately 8:15 a.m. from the National Guard Armory, the FBI of Los Angeles office has said in a news release Saturday. The four-door, oh wow, the four-door military vehicle is colored in green camouflage and has a battalion number of 440THBSB printed on the vehicle. And there's a lot of other numbers that's involved with this. I'm not going to read them all. Theft from the military facility or other government property is a violation of federal law with a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Okay, so you know the rest. If you have a number, if you have any information, give them a call. Now, how at 8:15 a.m. In other words, daylight. It's not. There's no one. It's not dark still. It's light. The sun is up. There's got to be security. How could this happen? No one can simply walk into the place and do it. Of course, there's guards at the gate. How can? Well, maybe, just maybe, they had a little inside help. It's not like driving on a city street in a camouflaged vehicle is going to blend. So that is interesting. I think they can. I'm sure they're looking for help inside. Who else? But here's the one I think should be leading. Whoever thought of this, I like this. This is the CNN. They win the Beasley Award. Beasley Design of the This is the award, the Beasley Design of the Year, which is a seesaw for kids on the U.S.-Mexico border. So you know that border wall that's impenetrable, can't do a damn thing with it. You can't get over it, can't get through it, which people already have. Somebody created for the kids a seesaw. And why? Because it's not a solid wall. It's slats, giant slats. Just big columns, big small columns. And they slipped wood in there, mounted it to the crossbar, put seats on each end of the wood, colored the wood bright pink. I like that. Now everybody could see it. And kids on both sides, well, maybe it's the military playing with the kids, but there are people playing on a seesaw. Looks like they used old bicycle seats to yeah, that's what it looks like. Old bicycle seats on the ends for the kids to sit on. And that's what they've done. This is it. So if we can't go under it or through it, we're going to play with the border wall. I want this person to run the country. And it was designed by Ronald. Wait, I got to get this bigger because I'm blind. Ronald Rael, Rael, and Virginia Sanfratello. And they have won the 2020 Beasley Design of the Year award. And I think that's great. And that's what's going. Okay, so here we have people who are creative. They're not hurting anybody. They're making the best of it. And yeah, that's what's going on. I like that story. It is 5:27. I think that's a good story. Let's get to some more music because why not? I think that's great. Playing seesaws, mounting a seesaw to Donald Trump's wall. I, I love it. I really, I love that. That's great. Everybody should have a little fun with it if possible. I'm going back to a song originally written by Toots Hibbert of Toots and the Maytals, who sadly died this year or last year from COVID. But in 1986, Bonnie Raitt covered it. And then they did it together in 2004 on his True Love album. But 1986, Bonnie Raitt covered this song. Everyone, this is True Love is Hard to Find. Okay, that was Bonnie Raitt. I like that song. It's a reggae song, but she smoothed out some of the reggae-ness, kept the basic melody of it. I like it. Works. It's a good song. It really is a good song. So what else is going on here? What else? Well, let's see. Um, well, there's just so much. There is so much going on. Oh, before I forget to mention, the IRS, the Internal Revenue, has delayed the start of tax filing season to February 12th. All right, that's nice. I don't know what it does for me yet, but that's nice. Um, oh, this is a story I found interesting. A man, like she was saying, a man was caught living in the Chicago airport for 3 months at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. How's he pronounce it? Aditya Singh, 36, is charged with felony criminal trespass to a restricted area of an airport and misdemeanor theft after he was arrested last Saturday. At a court hearing on Sunday, the judge ruled that the Orange, California man could be released to be paid $1,000, but that Singh was prohibited from setting foot in the airport. All right. And the thing was, he was afraid to go home, go back to his country or California, wherever he was living. He was afraid to go home because of COVID. He didn't want to get on the plane, but he had nowhere to go. So he stayed in the airport. As of yesterday, he is remained in Cook County Jail. And they're working on it, but that's just says he went to the O'Hare Airport on October 19th, but was scared to go home due to COVID. That's just what I said. On Saturday, 2 United Airlines employees approached Singh and asked for his identification. Singh lowered his mask and showed a badge that actually belonged to an operations manager who had reported it missing on October 26th. The employees then called the police and took him into custody. And yeah, that's sort of embarrassing to United. And it shows how things can slip through the cracks. But that is actually not a novel. Actually, that was the basic premise of the Tom Hanks movie from years ago, The Terminal, the 2004 movie, The Terminal. He was supposedly from another country. The country had gone to war. He wanted to get back. He couldn't get back. And he was stuck and he couldn't leave the airport. So he couldn't leave because he didn't want to get deported or whatever. But he was living in the airport for who knows how long and made friends with everybody and redecorated a dead terminal. But that's actually a good movie if you want to get to watch one. So yeah, this is what happens when no one's paying attention. And obviously that is what's happened. Nobody was paying attention. It's 5:35. Me, I'm just telling my own time. Oh, the family of the CEO of Parler, the social media app that's been cut off of every social media, every streaming platform, off of Google, off of Apple, off of Amazon. The CEO of this, John Matz, and his family had to go into hiding because he received death threats. And it seems that somehow his home address was leaked out and people showed up. You can't blame Donald Trump for this one. It would be easier to, but you can't, because this is a conservative social media platform. This is a very conservative platform, and that means that's where all the conservatives would go. But now he's receiving death threats. I'm not sure it can only be from the other side, because why would people who look for your site threaten to kill you? Anyway. So that's what's going on. Everybody on the internet seems to think that it's okay to do whatever the hell they want. That is the Twitter syndrome, at least what I call it. That's where everyone thinks that their personal anger counts for something. And there is a group called Ugnazi that is targeting me. I never even heard of this one, but okay. Ugnazi. You got it. Now you got it. It's interesting because everyone goes with freedom of speech as being the First Amendment as being the be all of logic in these matters. Of course, they took down Donald Trump's account. They blocked him from any platform that he had, at least personal platform. He's not allowed to. Basically, because it's felt that he incited the riot last week. So I'm going to say it's felt that way. It is of the opinion. It's not a fact proven yet. It is of opinion. and he is not charged with he even though he was impeached, he is not on the trial has yet to come. Let's put it that way. Trial is yet to come. I am not one for censorship. Anyone who knows me knows that I am not. But as I mentioned last week, the old cliche, the most common of all examples is you are not allowed. People think they can say what they want, but no, you are not allowed to go into a crowded place and yell fire and cause panic and cause harm that way. I promise you, if you walk up to someone, because you have the freedom to say anything you want, and you walk up to them and just threaten their family, they're going to punch you in the head. You walk up to someone and say, fuck you, they're going to punch you in the head. You don't have freedom to do that. You don't. You really don't. Um, Now, I'm not a lover of censorship, but it's certainly calling for violence to kill people is there's got to be like a little fine line where you cut off what people can say and what they should say and what they shouldn't. And Parler was blocked from the platforms, as I mentioned, because they were allowing it. Now, again, I don't want to stop anyone from having the freedom to say what they want, the freedom to express themselves, but a bunch of people calling for violence and killing every senator, people playing video clips of looking to kill the vice president. I don't see the freedom of speech involved in that. Certainly, when you put up I mean, I go onto a lot of the social media sites, whether it's Facebook or anything like that. You put up something of racism, someone's going to take it off. Usually, the administrator of one of the administrators of the group where you're posting it. On Facebook, I am one of the administrators of one of the boxing groups. I love the sport of boxing. Someone like one of the owner of the page, one of them liked what I was writing, asked me if I wanted to be an admin. So I said yes. And when I see someone posting the wrong things, if it gets reported, because I don't see everything, I take a look and some of it I leave because I know it's not all that bad. But when people are blatantly saying something of racism, anti Semitism, uh, posting up videos of not necessarily kids doing something illegal, but kids doing whatever, playing in it doesn't belong there. And I take it off. And so do the other admins. So not everything falls under First Amendment. You see what I'm trying to say? Now this got big press, big notice. Well, because it started with the president. Let's face it, the president of the United States said what he said on television, and this is where we are with it. But I know Parler was trying to sue Amazon. I know Amazon is suing back. I'm not sure where that's going to go yet, but it's freedom. Just because there's an amendment for it, just because there's a constitutional right to do something, doesn't mean you have the right to do anything you want. Like having open carry states, open carry gun states, does not mean you get to take your big rifle into a school and just stand there with it and just point. Even though you're not going to shoot it, you cannot simply point your rifle at people. It just doesn't work. You can't do it. You can't do a lot of things. And I haven't even gone into the other amendments yet because most complaints, most arguments we hear center around the First and Second Amendment. So since these are the two of the biggies, that's where I stay. So yeah, let's see how all this works out. But just remember, just because you have the right to say something doesn't mean it's the right thing to say. It's just that simple. While we're here, it's 5:42. Wow. I say a lot, don't I? Someone asked me why I don't play enough songs about breakups. I always play songs about love. I've played songs, not too many about cars. I play songs about love. I play songs about this. I play songs a lot about that. But I guess one of my write-ins wanted something really miserable. So who am I not to oblige? And where did I go? To the master of writing misery, the Mavericks. And this is from their 2013 album, In Time. This is In Another's Arms.
All was well, but once again, right when wrong, no one knows when. Now here we are, yeah, here we are, in another's arms. Two of us, that's all it was. We'd bring flowers just because. Now here we are, yeah, here we are, in another's arms. If only I'd known that the love that lingers on still makes the world go round. But funny how I found, no matter where we are, sadly there we are, in another's If only I'd known that the love that lingers on still makes the world go round. But funny how I found, no matter where we are, sadly there we are, in another's
That was the Mavericks. Normally, when they do things with misery, not normally, but a lot often, quite often, they'll hide it behind horn sections, blaring band work, and you'll think there's something really good going on, when in reality, the poor victim in the song should be slitting their own throat. But it works out very well. We're getting close to the end. Well, actually, it's 14 minutes, but I have a couple of songs. You know what? Let's play one more song because, listen, I've read all these stories. You know what's going on in the world. This is, hopefully, I'll get some more, a little songs, a little more fun. If you're looking, according to Variety, Godzilla versus Kong, the release date moves ahead 2 months. If that makes a difference to anybody's schedule. One story I did like is a Washington, D.C. pizza shop owner has sent, let me get the exact number, has sent hundreds of pizzas, hundreds of pies to the National Guard station at the Capitol building. And that was from the other day. And yeah, it's from the 15th. and they sent over 150 pies. So far, they've served overall. That was from the other day. This up to date. Yeah, they served about 700 pies, and they'll be sending 1,000 more on Friday, which would have been last Friday. And I'm sure they're still sending some more. Well, good for them. It's a good thing to do. It really is. It's a good thing to do. Let's play another couple of quick songs, because why not? So I'm always following some of my favorite musicians and singers on YouTube. This is a cover from 2014, and this is Morgan James covering Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer.
You could have a steam train if you just lay down your tracks. You could have an aeroplane flying if you bring your blue sky back. All you do is call me. I'll be anything you need. You could have a Big Dipper going up and down all around the bends. You could have a bumper car bumping. Yeah, the amusement never ends. I wanna be your sledgehammer. Oh, why don't you call my name? Your sledgehammer. Yeah, this will be my testimony. Yeah. 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 Show me around your fruit cage, 'cause I will be your honeybee. Yeah, open up your fruit cage. Yeah, where there is fruit that is sweet as can be. Oh, I wanna be your sledgehammer. Yeah, why don't you call my name? Your sledgehammer. Yeah, put your mind at rest. Why don't you? Sledgehammer. Yeah, this will be my testimony. Ooh, sledgehammer. There could be no doubt about it. Sledge, 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 sledge. I kicked the habit, shed my skin, shed my skin. This is the new stuff. This is the new stuff. I go dancing in. Go dancing in. Won't you show for me? Show for me. And I will show for you. Show for you. Won't you show for me? Show for me. And I will show for you. Yeah. Show for you. Oh, get deep in the rhythm. Yeah, yeah. Show for me. I get deep in the rhythm. Yeah. Show for you. Oh, feel that power. Yeah. Show for me. I feel that power. Hey, hey, sledgehammer.
That was Morgan James. That was from a while ago. I enjoy it. Sounds good. I sound to it. So I figured I'd play it. Well, we're almost done. It's 5:52. I got another song coming to play out with. I just want to be clear on this. I want everyone to understand. I make light of a lot of things. I laugh at a lot of things because even in some of the worst of situations, there's always something you can laugh at. It's healthy. To me, it's healthy. It keeps your mind clear, as opposed to sitting here and stressing all day long. I watch CNN a lot. I don't know why. I just watch CNN. Every day they tell you we're coming up on this amount of deaths. We're coming up on that amount of deaths. The other day I heard we're coming up on 400,000 deaths. And of course today they announced we've reached 400,000 deaths. Well, tomorrow they can tell you we're coming up on 402,000 deaths. And tragic as it is, sometimes I just laugh at the coverage because a lot of them on all the networks, some of them is just ridiculous. But I'm not blind to what's going on. Here I am telling you today that somebody got into a military installation and stole a military vehicle. How the hell could that happen? Where is security? Who's in charge? How can they simply turn a key? Isn't there a security code you have to have? I don't know what's inside of a military Humvee. I don't know how it works, but I'm sure there's something in there, whether it's weapons or something. I mean, they're not just putting it in the parking lot and leaving it alone. It doesn't go by a parking meter. Somebody has something in there. And how can anybody get it out unless they had some help? I mean, this is the same, and you might as well say that I wandered into an Air Force base and I took a small plane, because that's what it sounds like. I just felt like going for a fly. I'm taking a ride. I'm taking a plane. That's how bad it is. That's how ridiculous it sounds. I mean, this is just, look what our president is going on trial for in the Senate. It's unfathomable. It's insane that it even happened. And everybody who supported him, he turned on. Every last one of them, to the point of his own vice president. When people are going there saying, "Oh, Donald Trump's told us to do this," citing their president as their reason for going to sit there and raid the Capitol building, and they're calling to hang the vice president. That's horrible. That's just horrible. And this is what's going on in this country. And how many times you've heard it on the news, whether it's on a news outlet or somebody else saying it, and you hear them say, "This is not who we are. This is not who we are as Americans. This is not us." Well, yeah, I hate to tell you. Yes, it is. This is who we are. This is what's going on at the Capitol building. This is what it is. This is what's going on. That there are people bringing weapons and armament to state capitals tomorrow. That they're ramping up protection in Michigan at the state capitol. That there are people being caught going to Washington who were there already. Like I said, the one guy, the idiot with the ankle bracelet on. The other woman who's selling the computer to Russia. This is tragic, but maybe not every last one of us, but as of the last 4 years at least, well, probably and longer, this is who we are, and we have to work to change that. That's just how I see it. To change it. It is just about time for me to close it out. So I'm going to leave you with a song because it's a better song for the mood. All right. I found one of my favorites out there is Robin Adele Anderson. Normally I see her singing with Postmodern Jukebox, but like every other musician, they're doing their own thing as they see fit. And she records a lot of songs in her own. And that's what I'm doing. I'm playing music today in certain spots. Everybody, let's try to do better. Tomorrow's an opportunity to start to do that. I will never, ever say that every last thing that Donald Trump said or did was wrong. That would be mathematically impossible. It's just no one could be wrong every last time. It's just not possible. No one can be right every last time. That's not possible. But I will say tomorrow is an opportunity to do better. That would help, doing a little bit better. I leave you with Robin Adele Anderson covering a song by the artist Robin from the album Body Talk Part 1. This is Dancing on My Own. Have a good night, people. I will see you next week.
Somebody said you got a new friend, but does she love you better than I can?
How's my ad coming?
It's a big black sky
Can't hear you.
over my town.
No, not the ad for your station, for the contest. I mean the ad. No, not that. I saw that. How is the ad for us, for this whole thing going?
It's stupid. I just gotta see it for myself. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her.
Did you make one up?
I'm right over here.
I can barely hear you. I don't know why.
I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the girl you're taking home. I keep dancing on my own. Just gonna dance all night. I'm all messed up and so out of line. Stilettos and broken bottles. I'm spinning around in circles. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. I'm right over here. Why can't you see me? I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the girl you're taking home. I keep dancing on my own.
Oh, the Empire State Building is lit up in blue.